Hey, my tarot people. Frankie Cole here after a long weekend of decompressing, relaxing, and gouging needles. Um, uh, I'm back. Hey, I recorded like a short video, but it just didn't feel appropriate to post. Plus, I didn't have access to internet, so yeah. You know, you need Wi-Fi to post stuff from your phone. Good times, technology, haha. Smudge, 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 smudge. So, life. What makes it interesting? Risks. Having fun. Well, sometimes risks are not fun. Sometimes they're dangerous. And that's probably our number one reason why we avoid them. Because there is chance of reward, but there's also chance of failure. And that's what makes it so attractive to risk something. And sometimes we bet big, and sometimes we do little bets, and it all really depends on our comfort level. I mean, how comfortable are we at expanding ourselves? How comfortable are we at taking a chance at something that might leave us feeling of lack? But overall, we never really lack. One of my friends told me that when we give things out to the universe voluntarily, we get things in return. We get energy in return, and it comes back tenfold. Now, when it's taken from us, we get it back even more. And it's interesting to think about that everything is a succession of just experience, and the only thing that can label how we feel about that experience is our own perceptions and our own preconceived notions, our feelings about how we are actually feeling. About something that was similar to something that we've experienced like that. No two experiences are actually technically the same, regardless if they may seem similar. Oh boy, we got lots of love cards today. So I decided that I was going to do a week-long thing, read, because it just seems easier than trying to get it in for, weekends and stuff. But I'm going to do 6 cards. 3, one for the beginning of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, middle of the week, one, and then for the weekend. And then I have 2 decks. So I'm going to read like 2 decks. It's going to be interesting. And one deck will give the reflection of the other deck. It'll be good. We're going to do this. We're going to try this. It's something. I'm taking a risk. Haha. And you can tell me if you like it or not, and we can keep on adjusting. But back to what I was speaking of. So experiences, never two the same. They can be somewhat similar. They can involve a similar undergoing, but it's always the universe. It's coming back, and it's like, okay, so how did you react to it last time that happened? Did it work out for you? Did the way that you wanted to? Let's try a different way. It's funny because you will find yourself repeating things in life. I find myself repeating things in life, and it's interesting because I've hardly had to learn how to set some really good boundaries of situations and of people and of energies, and people's like trying to project their energies onto me, because when somebody finds someone who is very spongy or malleable, like an empath or a psychic or spiritually conscious aware person, they can project a lot of their stuff onto them and corral them into their their idea, their notion, their thing. And the funny thing is, those spiritual minded people, we do want to help. We do. We're very kind and giving people for the most part. But so there can be roping into situations that are not necessarily going to be advantageous in the long run, because of the boundaries sometimes being blurred, and we've, wanting to help people who don't necessarily really want to be helped, who really shouldn't be helped. Sometimes you cannot extend your energies into the realms of somebody, because really you can only advise them and they need to do it themselves. And if they're not going to do it themselves, you can't do it for them, because you can't learn their lesson. They have to learn the lesson. And that's part of your lesson, is not learning other people's lessons as that kind of person who is more of a seer. You can see all the situations of the sides. You know that somebody needs help. You know that they should not be doing something, but you have to kind of sit back, and it's painful because you sometimes have to watch people fail. And who wants to watch somebody fail? That sucks. You're like, oh, I knew how you could do it better. But they have to learn that. They have to do that. And that is part of the rub, unfortunately. So let's shuffle some cards. What is it? If life was easy, then it would all be a piece of cake, and I mean, it's weird. It's a weird experience to, be a spiritual soul living a very human existence and having to, having to deal with things that break your heart, having to deal with people that disagree with you, having to deal with pain, having to deal with hatred and unkind things being said, and people who are in power that you don't believe have any right or any common sense, or or any kind of validity of that power. But sometimes we have to learn when not to let people take our power. I mean, we ultimately have the control over some of our own power, but sometimes we allow other people to take it, and sometimes we need to draw a boundary and say, I'm not going to give you that power that you so desire, because that's not yours to have. And it's important for us to establish some boundaries. Haha. Boundaries are good. Alright, got first 3 cards. What up? What up? Alright. It's interesting, though. The group dynamic of friendships can be both beneficial and detrimental at the same time. And that's a lot of where some boundary work is possible, is very crucial to be understood. Oh, and there's 2. Alright, let's try this. Let's see how this works. And if it doesn't, then we can trash it, because that's the beauty of life. Taking a little risk. Oh boy. Oh, alright. I love it when this card comes up. Okay, interesting. So the beginning of the week, Ten of Cups. So, whatever experiences you're having at the moment are emotionally and wonderfully fulfilling. You have people around you that care about you, and you're enjoying your work life, and things are just going generally well. And that's also supported by the Three of Wands here. So things are starting to progress. Things are starting to become more stable. We are finding that we have a position in our life that is progressing forward to a happy, enjoyable situation. That's something that we have been culminating emotionally is just, there it is. And so, yeah, really enjoy these next 2 days. I think they're going to be, really fulfilling and emotionally satisfying for a lot of people. And I think that the ideas and the people and the situations that are going to be around are really going to allow you to feel that safety that we've been really hoping for. The satiety of success and comforts of just having people and new things in your life that really you enjoy. So watch out. Maybe we have a new job offer. Maybe there is a great new situation happening in your life. Maybe you have get to see all people that you haven't seen in a really long time, and this is a really wonderful thing. The middle of the week, we have something going on more with on a home level or a financial, practical matter. And we have the Six of Swords reversed. So things are maybe not moving forward as steadily as we like, or something is a returning issue that we need to deal with. And we have the Queen of Pentacles here, so that's how we know that it's more of a home practical matters issue. Could be, somewhat bank financial, not so much to do with your job per se, because that would be a King of Pentacles, but more like being domain of your own existence and what you need to do for that. So maybe there is an issue with something at your house that you have to deal with. But Queen of Pentacles is upright, so you're going to be able to deal with it in a very balanced manner and get it done quickly and not have to necessarily worry so much about any holdups or setbacks. Six of Swords can be just something coming back. I mean, it's like things are not moving forward, but things from perhaps the past or what's going on still is just very much in focus. And it's swords, so there are thoughts or words. So maybe there's a conversation. Maybe you have a conversation with somebody about something that you have to deal with. Let's see. And then for the weekend, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So maybe we have to deal with someone or our own feelings or ideas that are maybe more negative, that we have a negative idea, or the Queen of Swords is really about expressing things, and in reverse she can be a little bit sharp and bitchy. So maybe there's a situation where you have to deal with somebody who is a little bit more sharp-tongued, or you yourself are, saying something that is maybe a little bit more negative. And right here, it's coupled with, we have the Strength card in reverse, and we have the Empress. So it's about something, a project, something that's been gestating. Like it's been culminating for a while. So maybe you have a situation that you have to speak about, and you have to really put your foot down. But I would warn you to not be too negative when it comes to that, because you don't want to put someone off. You want to be able to speak what put your boundary down, but not, not say, like, fuck you, or, just be nice about it. And we have a lot of interactions with Pluto this week. It's interacting with several different planets, and it's still in Capricorn, and Pluto is all about endings. It's ruled by Scorpio, death. So we're having a lot of energies when it comes to finishing off things that have been kind of, I'm saying, gestating. So, I mean, it could, there's so many situations, but I mean, what's coming to me is like maybe you're freaking out over something that's coming to an end, and you're trying to put all the finishing pieces in it, and then you're like, oh my god, and things start coming out of your mouth that maybe aren't as nice as they should be, because you're very stressed out and having to deal with things. But Strength in reverse, it can talk about like kind of a resolution in a sense. I mean, it's also about having the fortitude to get through something. So I mean, it could be just a pregnancy, or you're having your baby and you're cursing at your significant other because they don't have to do it. It's like it's that going through the final stages of something, and trying to remain positive about the situation, and what your thoughts are, what your words are. Alright, so the love cards we have here. Two hearts merge through an explosion of love. United they create unlimited wealth. Together they fulfill their dreams. Well, that's not a bad one. We have a lot of them, actually. It just kind of all popped out, so that's whatever. Life is constantly changing, yet at its core it remains the same. Love does not change, it only grows stronger. Change is simply love's unfolding, never-ending story. Stop taking life so seriously. Achievements and possessions will pale into significance when your soul's journey back home into the light from which everything stems. So, relax, enjoy yourself. 10 of Cups, treasure your surroundings. Your spiritual awareness is growing, and so too is your sexuality. Sensuality is heightened, and this has a magical effect on the one that you love. A sacred union is reborn. Love is in the present moment. Well, I mean, no matter what life brings, or what changes life brings, nothing will change my love for you. You give my life purpose. Because of you, I feel safe. I'm forever grateful. Thank you. Well, I mean, definitely have the Empress here, so, she's all about bringing life to things, and gestating, and creation. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and a Queen of Swords, so it's very female-charged week. It's all about bringing in that softness, the sensuality, the nurturing aspect of your personality. From a physical perspective, some relationships may seem less than perfect, yet from a higher perspective, all relationships are sacred, for they each help us grow in love and wisdom. Try to look at things from a feelings level. What is your heart saying? If you look at life purely through logic, you will always get to a point where it seems to make no sense. True wisdom and understanding reside in the heart. Love is the expression of God, and God is flowing through you. Love is a sacred union, great creative power which, through merging of two souls, becomes an exploration of the divine. So, looks like it's going to be a powerful, packed week of things. So, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see how this new format works. All right, toodles!